winning solo queue. Also, just before we get started, the May giveaway has ended and I've contacted the 2 winners, but I'll put your names in the description, so check that. But the June giveaway has just started with $20 of RP again up for grabs, so be sure to go and enter that. Now, first thing is, ADs are in a pretty good place right now, and you can actually do well on anything. They're all good in their own way, but these are my best for winning solo queue. So dashing into number 5 is going to be Lucian. Now, Lucian is one of the strongest ADs in lane right now. He has great poke potential lining up his Q, great trades with his auto Q passive combo, and he's hard to shut down because of his dash. He's actually one of the few ADs who doesn't really need his support to trade with him, and can win a lane practically by himself with his poke, his ultimate, and burst damage when he goes for the kill. Now, Lucian spikes really hard when he gets his first few items like Infinity Edge and Shiv, and is one of the strongest mid-game carries right now. Like, he has his passive which lets you kill tanks, but also a lot of ability damage with his Q and his W, which helps you burst lower health targets. Now, when you combine that kind of damage with his low cooldown dash, you have someone who is able to dish out a ton of damage while being really hard to kill. Now, because a lot of ADs are good right now, I'm going to give each a kind of gold medal for what they are best at, so it kind of separates them out a bit more and gives you an idea of why you would pick them. Now, with Lucian, it's going to be for the best AD for not needing a team to win, so he doesn't really have to rely on others, he can carry by himself, and the best tank killer with that Blade of the Ruined King build. So speeding her way into number 4 is going to be Sivir. Now, Sivir is a great all-round AD carry and is a lot like Ashe actually, just not quite as good right now. She has a pretty good lane phase, but really starts to shine mid and late game where she can use her ultimate to catch people out. Sivir is just a really good pick for your team. Like, you're great to gank for because you can speed up your jungler, and on the other side you're horrible to gank because of your spell shield and your ultimate to run away. Mid game is still where she really shines. She does a lot of single target damage with her crits, but her abilities will do so much AoE damage that you might not realise, but you'll definitely see it in the damage graph at the end of the game. That's just her damage, right? That doesn't even talk about her ultimate, which is amazing at running away from a bad fight or running at people caught out of position. So mid game, all you have to do to win is just group, wait for someone to come to CS, and then press R, run at them, and suddenly make it a 5v4. The gold medal for Sivir is going to be for the best low elo stomper. So like plat and below, it's pretty easy to hit your Q in lane, get really far ahead, and then snowball with your ultimate and catch people out. So hopping her way into number 3 is Kalista. Now, Kalista, if played right, can honestly just solo carry a game. She has a great lane phase, a great mid game, and she really benefits from this tank meta where team fights are lasting longer, meaning she can get more stacks of her E. She's like a ticking time bomb, right? The longer a fight lasts, the more deadly she becomes. So if you don't kill her quickly, then you're basically boned. Her W is stupidly strong, and if you and your support both auto the same person, you're almost guaranteed to win that trade. As if her damage wasn't enough, right? Her kiting means that unless you have hard crowd control, you're probably never going to get onto her, and she's going to kite you around and kill you. She also has her ultimate, which is like even more utility. It's great for engaging, great for peeling, and a great way of saving your feeding support. We've all had that time as an AD, right? Where your support goes into fight and you're like, what are you doing? I really just want to farm. Well, Kalista can say nope, press R, and force them back out. It's really good mid game for engaging fights, but it's also really good to force them to peel. If like your support run off and you need help, then you can literally just grab them and make them come back to you. So the gold medal for Kalista goes to being the best AD in a duo. Like seriously, if your duo is someone, Kalista is broken. You can abuse her W, use her ultimate better, and the pair of you will win so many games just by yourselves. Alright, so I'm really excited about the number 2 spot. It's gonna be Jinx. Jinx has pretty much been the best AD carry for a while now. Her minigun was nerfed last patch, but it doesn't really affect her too much. Her lane phase was already pretty bad after the ultimate nerf, but her lane phase isn't what makes her the best. She is by far, and trust me for giving her proofs, by far the best AD carry late game. Her minigun nerf hasn't affected this because 90% of the time you're going to be using your rockets late game anyway. Now her lane phase is pretty bad. Her ultimate does no damage close to people now, so you don't really have much kill potential, and you have to play it kind of more like a Caitlyn, just poke and poke until you force them out of lane. Thankfully her mid and late game are crazy and make up for it. She just has huge range and AoE execute with her ultimate, her chompers to kite people, and her passive, which means as soon as you get a kill or assist, you're suddenly impossible to catch and kill. What separates her from other late game carries like Kog'Maw or Vayne is her range, her AoE crits and her passive. These things make her really safe late game while dealing a huge amount of constant damage. So Jinx's gold medal is going to be for the best late game AD carry. She is basically the only AD carry where it doesn't matter if you get behind, you're probably still going to carry the game anyway. So finally, the number 1 spot, and I genuinely can't think of a pun for her, so yeah, it's Ashe. Alright, so Ashe is just going to be everything you want in an AD carry. She has high range, good damage with her abilities, good persistent damage with her passive, a game-changing ultimate, and really good scaling. So in the lane phase, her range, her passive, and abilities mean that she is really deadly. In teamfights, her range keeps her relatively safe, her Q and passive will shred tanks, and her ultimate can either peel people or engage. Her arrow is the biggest thing, honestly. Yes, she does have a huge amount of damage, but that arrow catches people out all day and wins games completely by itself. You don't even need that much damage, honestly. Just group mid game, wait for the enemy to do something stupid and come too close, and trust me by the way, they will do that, and then fire your arrow and you've suddenly turned the game into a 5v4. I've made an entire in-depth guide on Ashe and why she's so good recently, so if you want to hear more about her, I'll link that at the end of the video. So Ashe's gold medal is really just for the best all-round AD carry and best solo carry. If you use that arrow properly and you win your lane, then you can carry a game all by yourself. So there